Hi, my name is Megan, and this is my special education law presentation for SPD 300. Special education in children with disabilities was not always accepted or welcomed as it is now before the 1970s. Any child who seemed mentally deficient or weak, and the mind was seen as unable to care for themselves, which resulted in them being expelled from public schools. In 1919, the Wisconsin Supreme Court Board of Education ruled that school officials can reject any child with disabilities from public schools. These disabilities included not just delays in a child's learning development, but facial deformities as well, because school officials protested that these conditions were nauseating, took up too much of their time and attention, and negatively affected other students over the years. Numerous equal opportunity cases will take place in court regarding children with disabilities. The first federal involvement concerning students with disabilities took place in the 1950s and early 1960s. This included the Education of Mentally Retarded Children Act of 1958 and the Training of Professional Personnel Act of 1959. These acts helped in providing the funds to help train teachers and leaders in educating children with disabilities. On January 8, 2002, the No Child Left Behind Act was signed into law by President Bush. This law would help protect and ensure that all children with disabilities would have access to free and appropriate public education. This law required states to assess and use data to measurably improve the students' achievement and their progress of their educational outcome. The No Child Left Behind Act would help all public schools to close the achievement gap based on not just a child's disability, but race, ethnicity, and language. The Rowley versus Board of Education of Hendrick-Hudson Central School District in 1982 was one of the first landmark court cases the U.S. Supreme Court held, and making a decision regarding special education that will ultimately define free, appropriate public education. Amy Rowley was a hearing-impaired student whose academic performance was substantial than that of a child of your typical modern classroom, as she was easily advancing to each grade with the use of an FM transmitter. During Amy's IEP meeting, her parents requested that the district provide their daughter a sign language interpreter in all of her classes. Studying that under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, these measures are considered appropriate. They denied her parents' request, and the Rowleys took this to the U.S. District Court and won. Moreover, another landmark case regarding the rights of children with disabilities is the Timothy W. versus Rochester, New Hampshire School District of 1989. Timothy had a severe disability, and the school district deemed him profoundly handicapped and ineligible for special education, as he would not benefit from such an education. It was taken to court where it was announced under the IDEA that there is a zero reject policy and that a child that is under this act should be given the highest priority and protection under the act itself. Other related services that were found as equally important regarding special education included eating, dressing, and other daily living skills. These cases are what has shaped the way special education is today, allowing us to provide what is necessary to ensure that all children are given the resources, equipment, and quality they need to be successful in their education. Some recommended resources that allow a parent or teacher to stay up to date on the latest legal trends in special education is the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, the IDEA website, the Colorado Department of Education website, and the National Association of Special Education Teachers, or NASET website. The IDEA website helps provide families and educators the information and resources they need to ensure and promote student achievement. The CDE website helps improve the outcome of all students and public schools by providing leadership, guidance, and further support to the school systems and families in the state of Colorado. The NASET helps provide the most current information regarding special education, such as newsletters, publications, and other useful resources concerning the field in special education.